Welcome to Math Learners Uganda. My name is Sam Ogwang. You can connect to me on the number 0750900271 or 0784872601. The 0750900271 is my WhatsApp number for more math details, for more math numbers, math questions, consultations, challenges. You can contact me on those phone numbers. Today we want to look at the word problems in algebra, but before we can look at the examples and word problems in algebra, don't forget to click on the subscription button just below this video so that you can subscribe to this channel. This will help you get more and more of such math content wherever you need them. Thank you. Let us go to example number 1 in word problems in algebra. Number 1 is saying that Sam is 2 years younger than Maki. The sum of their ages is 38. How old is Maki? So when you read this question properly, Sam is 2 years younger than Maki. And because Sam is being compared to Maki, we shall start with Sam. We are going to let S to represent Sam, and then M will represent Maki. And then if Maki is X years old, then Sam is 2 years younger. So we remove 2 years from the Maki's age. That will be X minus 2. Remember, according to the question, the total of their ages is 38. So when we add Sam's age and Maki's age, we should get 38. That will now give us X minus 2 plus X equals to 38. And we shall collect like terms here so that we have X plus X minus 2 equals to 38. This will now give us 2X minus 2 equals to 38. We want to get X. So we should make the negative 2 cross equal sign so that we get 38 plus 2. And because when we are crossing equal sign, the negative becomes a positive. So let us do that. We shall now have 2x equals to 38 plus 2, which will give us 2x equals to 40. You divide through by 2 and divide both sides by 2. So when we divide both sides by 2, we shall have this one going with this to become 1, and 40 divided by 2 is the same as 20. So our X is the same as 20. So let me take you back to the question. The question was saying Sam is 2 years younger than Maki. The sum of their ages is 38. How old is Maki? Remember, Maki was represented by X. So the value of X is the Maki's age. So Maki is 20 years old. Let us go to example number 2. Number 2 is saying that Juliana is 5 years older than Jane. How old is Juliana if the sum of their ages is 57? Like we have been doing, Juliana is being compared to Jane. So we shall start with the Jane's age. Let us use J to represent Jane, and small j will represent Jane, and capital J will represent Juliana. So if Juliana is I'm going to use X again. If Jane is X years old, then Juliana must be 5 years older, and that should be Jane's age plus 5 plus 5. So the question is saying that the sum of the ages is 57. That means that if we add Jane's age plus Juliana's age, we should get 57. So let us do that. Let us have x plus let us have x plus x plus 5 should give us 57. Still, we are going to collect like terms, and the like terms are already together. So we shall get 2x plus 5 equals to 57. We shall still make 5 to cross equal sign because it is negative. Because it is positive, it will become negative. This 5 here is positive, so it will become a negative. We shall have 2x equals to 57, then minus 5. This will give us 2x equals to 52, because 57 minus 5 is the same as 52. To leave x alone, we shall divide both sides by 2 and both sides by 2. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. 52 divided by 2 is the same as 26. So we shall have the value of x as 26. Let me take you back to the question. The question was saying Juliana is 5 years older than Jane. How old is Juliana if the sum of their ages is 57? So they want the age of Juliana, not Jane. Remember that this 26 is for Jane, but Juliana is 5 years older. That means for Juliana, we are going to add 5 years. So we shall have x plus 5, which is the same as 26, plus 5, which is giving us 31. So Juliana is 31 years. Juliana is 31 years. Let us go to another example, number 3. Number 3 is saying that Kellen is twice as old. Kellen is twice as old as Jack, and Jack is 2 years younger than Peter. How old is Jack if their total ages is 50? So let us have the 3. We shall use K to represent Kellen. We shall use J to represent Jack, and we shall use P to represent Peter. Remember, Kellen is being compared to Jack, and Jack is being compared to Peter. That means also Kellen is being compared to Peter. That is, both Kellen and Jack are being compared to Peter. So let us start by letting Peter to be x years of age. If Peter is x years of age, Jack is 2 years younger than Peter. We remove 2. We remove 2 years from Peter's age, and Kellen is twice as old as Jack. So Kellen will be twice the age of Jack. That is x minus 2 multiplied by 2. Their total ages is 50. So we should add all their ages and we get 50. So we shall have 2 in bracket x minus 2 plus x minus 2, which is the age for Jack, plus x, which is the age for Peter, should give us 50. Should give us 50. So we are going to open the brackets for Kellen, and that will give us 2x, 2 multiplied by x, then minus 4, plus x minus 2, plus x equals to 50. Equals to 50. So when you look at our equation very well, we have 2x, we have 2x, we have x, and we have x. So when we add them, we shall get 4. We shall get 4x. Then negative 4, when we add to negative 2, we shall get negative 6 equals to 50. So we shall make we shall make 6 to cross equal sign. Because it is negative, it will become a positive. That means we shall have 4x equals to 50 plus 6. That is 50 plus 6. So if we have 50 plus 6, then 4x will give us 50 plus 6 is the same as 56. We shall then divide both sides by 4 and both sides by 4. So when we divide 4 by 4, we get 1 and we remain with only x now. Then 4 divide by 56. We are going to divide here, we get 1, that will be 14. So 56 divided by 4 is the same as 14. Let me take you back again to the question. The question was saying Kellen is twice as old as Jack. Remember, twice as old as means that it is 2 times the Jack's age. Kellen is 2 times Jack's age. And Jack is 2 years younger than Peter. How old is Jack? If their total ages is 50. Remember, Jack was x minus 2. So we have the value of x. We are going to remove 2 from it. That will give us x minus 2, which is now the same as 14 minus 2. And that will give us 12. That means that Jack is 12 years old. So let us look at example number 4. Number 4 is saying that Brenda is 2 years younger than Kelly. 5 years ago, the sum of their ages was 42. How old is Brenda? So I shall let B to present Brenda's age, to represent Brenda, and K to present Kelly. Because Brenda is being compared to Kelly, we shall let the Kelly's age to be x, and that means Brenda will be x minus 2 because Brenda is 2 years younger than Kelly. What about 5 years ago? Currently Brenda is x minus 2 and Kelly is x years. So 5 years ago Kelly will be x. Kelly was x minus 5 and Brenda was x minus 2 minus 5, which will now give x minus 7, x minus 5. So this is the age, or this was the age for Kelly 5 years ago, and this was the age for Brenda 5 years ago. So let us add their ages to 42, because 5 years ago the sum of their ages was 42. This will now give us x minus 7 plus x minus 5 equals to 42. And when we collect like terms, x will add x to get 2x. Negative 7 will add negative 5 to get negative 12, equals to 42. So when we make negative 12 cross equal sign, we remain with 2x equals to 42 plus 12, and 42 plus 12 is the same as 54, so it will give us 54. We divide both sides by 2 and both sides by 2. Meanwhile 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 1 times x is x. 54 divided by 2 is the same as 27. Let me take you back to the question. The question is saying that Brenda is 2 years younger than Kelly. 5 years ago the sum of their ages was 42. So how old is Brenda? So they want the current age, and remember the current age is for Brenda is x minus 2, and the current age is x minus 2. That will now give us x minus 2 which is 27 minus 2, which is 25. So Brenda is 25 years old. Let us go to example number 5. Number 5 is saying that Chris is 5 times as old as his daughter Fortunate. 6 years ago, the sum of their ages was 48. So how old is Chris? How old is Chris if the sum of their ages 6 years ago is 48? So let's C to represent Chris and F to represent Fortunate. Because Chris is being compared to Fortunate, let Fortunate's age be X, and Chris now will be 5 times the age of Fortunate. Meanwhile, the sum of their ages are 6 years ago, so we subtract 6 from their ages, and the sum should give us 48. This will now be 5x minus 6 plus x minus 6 equals to 48. Likewise, we are going to collect like terms, and 5x will add x. 5x plus x the same as 6x. Negative 6 plus negative 6 the same as negative 12 equals to 48. We are going to make negative 12 cos equal sign to become positive 12. So we shall have 6x equals to 48 plus 12, and 48 plus 12 is the same as 60. The same as 60. So we shall have 6x equals to 60. Shall divide both sides by 6 and both sides by 6. So when we divide, 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 1 times x the same as x. 60 divided by 6 is the same as 10. So the question is, how old is Chris? Remember, Chris, this age is for Fortunate, but Chris is 5 times as old as Fortunate. So Chris' age would be 5 multiplied by 10, which is the same as 50. So Chris is 50 years old. Thank you for watching. You'll get me again for